Hey everyone, grab your tea and relax. If you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Tavala and I usually make vlogs to share my journey through medical school with you. For those of you who have been following my channel, you will note that there have been a couple of vlogs that I've been posting recently from my elective placement in Australia. This video is going to be a little bit different from those vlogs in that I'm going to sit down and have a chat with you, think out loud about my New Year's resolutions for 2020. So remember at the beginning of the video, I told you to grab your tea and relax. I was being dead serious about it. So go and make a cup of tea. I'll wait for you. Time is ticking. Go, go, go. Are you comfortable? Let's begin. As I'm someone who's constantly striving to be a better person than I was yesterday, I regularly take the time to reflect on my situation, reflect on anything about myself that I'm happy with, but also things that I'd like to change about myself. Following that train of thought, you'd think that I'd be setting resolutions for myself every single day of the year. And whilst I do that, it's usually for small things. I don't really have a time period for me to fix and change. The reason I look forward to New Year's resolutions every year is that I have a whole time period, so from January 1st till December 31st, in order to achieve that goal or make that change that I want to. Having this designated time to think about my New Year's resolutions for the year going forward also gives me the opportunity to think back to where I was this time last year. A lot of us have really busy lives, whether that's work, whether it's family commitments, whether it's things about yourself that requires a lot of time and your energy. Therefore, this tradition of having New Year's resolutions is a good thing in that it forces you to sit down and reflect on your year. Think about the things that you are happy with, what went well, what you can continue with, or what you might want to change about yourself. I'm a believer that change is a good thing, it means growth, and therefore I'd always encourage that. This brings me on to say that I've been thinking about the ways in which I can bring changes into my life so I can not only become better for myself as a person, but also be better for those around me. And I've therefore come up with 3 top New Year's resolutions, which I'm going to share with you. New Year's resolution 1 is to encourage those around me to ensure good well-being. This isn't just for physical health, but we're talking about mental health here as well. Over the past year, I've had a lot of time to myself in order to build myself as a person, to do the things that make me happy, and also realize the healing power of pursuing my hobbies. I would say that for me, I have achieved a lot of growth and I've been really fortunate in order to get to that stage from some professional help in the form of therapy. Over the last couple of months, my therapist and I have been reflecting on the good progress that I've made over the last year and a half or so, and therefore I will have my last session of therapy in the new year in a couple of days. I'm really grateful that I was able to get the help, and I would encourage those who feel that they need some kind of assistance making some changes into their life. There's so much that I learned, so much I'd love to share with you guys, but I think we'll leave that for a different video. One of the most important things I learned is that once you take care of your mind and ensure its well-being, everything else falls into place. Just think about it. If you have a good state of mind, you can put in the effort in order to take care of your physical health, to take care of those around you, to focus on your work with a clear mind without clutter or worries that are constantly flooding your mind. We live in a world now, in a society that puts a lot of demand on us and the expectations are high. Whether it's your exam grade or your ranking that you're worried about, your boss putting pressure on you, family expectations, whatever it is for you, I'm sure you can think of why you're feeling a bit of pressure or even stress. Okay, listen, I want to ask you a question. When you're stressed, tell me, how efficient are you? You might feel a bit efficient at first, but then what? You get the point I'm making? Yeah, you do. Surely it then makes sense not to get stressed in the first place, right? But how are you going to do that? You can't avoid certain situations that would put anyone under stress. But let me tell you something. You can learn to deal with the stress so that you don't feel the effects of it so much. How you deal with stress is different from how I deal with stress. What works for you may not work for me, and vice versa. My point is we need to make a conscious effort learning how to deal with stress. Personally, I need professional help in order to get to that stage. There's no shame in that. But what I'm saying is you need to find out what works for you and do it. In my life, the problems haven't changed so much. I mean, I still have exams. But what has changed is the perspective I have when I think about my problems, how I approach them, and my resilience to outcomes that haven't gone to plan. And I could say that I am far more happier and content. In other words, because I've been taking care of my mental well-being, I've been able to take care of other areas in my life quite naturally. There's a lot of analogies out there that reiterate this point.
I understand the stress, mental and physical, that you're doing. At the end of the day, you are the guys that are the captain of the ship. And if the captain ain't steering, then you've got Titanic.
That is why, as a future doctor, a future healer, it's important that I'm encouraging those around me to take care of their well-being. I think it's important to have a specific idea or plan of how I'm going to achieve the goals that I've set. For this particular New Year's resolution, I hope to achieve it by encouraging my friends to open up more and continue talking about things that bother them. I will continue encouraging people to seek therapy, especially as I believe that anyone in a high-pressured environment should have someone to be able to talk to freely. I will continue to post about the importance of taking care of oneself on my social media channels, including this YouTube space. So if you want to know more about that, click the subscribe button somewhere around this video, maybe there. If I flip the screen, it might be there. My New Year's resolution number 2 is to share more of my life publicly. When I say my life, I don't really mean whether I'm having tea or whether I'm seeing friends. It's more the vulnerabilities in my life. This might be a bit difficult for me to do because I'm a very private person, but what bothers me is that with the rise of social media usage, a lot of us are posting picture perfect parts of our life. You might be having some dead ass time with your friend, but you'll be like, okay, stop at the camera, click, and then you post that, and people who are probably sat at home feeling a bit low about themselves or a bit isolated, they're browsing through and they're like, oh my god, these people are having so much fun and I don't get that. So then they feel worse about themselves. So what I want to encourage is people to post real things about themselves. So if I failed an exam, touch wood I don't, but if something tragic happened in my life, then I want to put that there and show how I felt about it. Because it's normal for us to feel emotions and feel sad, okay? Men and women, we can feel sad and we're allowed to be sad. We should embrace feeling sad and we should let it out. Not like punch a wall or something, but we should be able to talk about and express our emotions. The idea is to get you to grab your tea, get your pal to grab their tea, to sit down and have some chai chat. You need to talk and feel lighter. Vulnerabilities is a part of this thing called life, which we can all relate to. I know that in posting my vulnerabilities publicly, it can open me up to personal criticisms. And although I have a supportive community of family and close friends, I do hope that we're able to be supportive to each other. Sorry guys, my card ran out of space and for the last 10 minutes or so I've been talking to an empty camera. My New Year's resolution number 3 is to become more environmentally conscious. And now you're wondering what I'm holding in my hands. So here we've got a glass straw. This I've been using for the past half year or so. And this is mainly to drink out of hot drinks in my house. And then my mum just washes them and I reuse them. It hasn't broken since I've started using it and I would say it's really durable. So consider getting yourself a glass straw in place of using a plastic one. When I go out, I take this straw with me. It's biodegradable. When I was buying it, I said to the person, like, biodegradable, does that mean it's just gonna dissipate when I'm drinking from it? And he was like, no, it doesn't work like that. I bought this with this fork here, so it has fork, knife, spoon. I take this set with me wherever I go. It just kind of stays in my bag and I wash it whenever I can. It's flexible and it's just easy to carry around and it's durable as well. You know, when you get takeaways or something on the go, if you carry these around, you sort of save the plastic that you would have used otherwise. In the new year, I'll continue to carry these around with me. I've been trying to be more environmentally conscious over the past couple of months actually. Those who have known me for a while know that in the past I've bought loads of clothes and dresses, some of which I've only worn once and then never again. Girls, you know when you wear a nice dress to an event and then there's another event and you're like, okay, I can't wear the same dress again, I can't recycle. Well, listen, in the new year my resolution is to recycle the clothes that I already have. So dresses that you've seen me wear 5 years ago, once, you're gonna see me wearing them again. If I can fit into them and they're in good condition, which they are, you're gonna see them on me, okay? There was one person I met within the last several months and he said that he hadn't bought a t-shirt or something like that for 4 years. Even though that comment broke my jaw, I was actually really inspired by it. So hopefully in the next year I won't buy any clothes, or I'll buy fewer clothes, okay? And I'm able to wear whatever I've already got in my overfilled wardrobe. So those are my top 3 New Year's resolutions. There are 2 more that I want to talk about, so this will be like top 5 New Year's resolutions. So the 4th one is to read more. Growing up in a state school, in a deprived community, I wasn't really encouraged to read. I do have dyslexia, and therefore I do find it more difficult to read. What I have been doing is listening to audiobooks. That is a good replacement in that I do get the knowledge that I'm seeking, but then when it comes to reading, I struggle. Being at university as a med student, it has been quite difficult for me to learn new things and to read, but as a doctor, I'm gonna need to be reading a lot. So that's why I'm gonna try and read more. New Year's resolution number 5 is to find a husband. No, I'm joking. New Year's, your girl has got to graduate. Hopefully I study more. That's the idea. I don't think this New Year's resolution needs more elaboration. Hopefully you get it, and hopefully on my social media and stuff you see more of me studying. If you ever see me just like doing nothing, just remind me to study. Okay. Also, when you see me in the library, don't come and talk to me, okay? You see me outside the library, having my lunch, come and talk to me, come and say hi, but don't come and disturb me, okay? Oh my god, guys, my camera died. Mindfulness. Back to my revision plans for 2020. Let me tell you a did you know fact. Did you know that when you are focused and you are interrupted, it takes you an average of 11 minutes to regain that focus that you had before the interruption? Okay, so following that, now with this newfound knowledge, just be more mindful before you interrupt someone who's studying nice and peacefully in the library, okay? Thank you for watching my top 3/5 New Year's resolutions for 2020. I hope you have gained some inspiration for your own resolutions. If there's one take-home message for this video, it is to have enough love for yourself so you can have genuine compassion and love for those around you. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing, and now you can go and grab yourself a cuppa. I'm just miming this one. There's nothing in here, it's completely empty, but I'll have a full cuppa for the next video, so I'll see you there. Bye.